And cheat. Hello ladies, thanks for tuning in. Before we start, please like and subscribe, and don't forget that I'm gonna put a replay on YouTube. Hello Carla. The topic of today is why do men cheat? Hello guys, how are you? Hello, how are you guys? So for those of you tuning in, we're gonna talk about why do men cheat, and I have my notes with me. So I'm gonna start by defining what's cheating, how they usually cheat, with who they cheat, how to prevent cheating, and what are the things you're doing right now that might cause men, to lose interest in you and start chasing other women. Hello ladies, how are you? And don't worry, like if you can't stay until the end, I'm gonna put a replay on YouTube. It's gonna go live next Monday. And by the way, I will fly to Los Angeles next week, so maybe I'm gonna run into some of you. Okay, let me type the title. Why do men cheat? So I'm gonna put what you ignore. No, I'm gonna put why do men cheat and how to avoid. What's better, how to avoid cheaters or how to prevent it? I'm gonna put how to prevent it. Hello guys, how are you? So let's get started. I know that some of you are like, popping up and then leaving. That's okay. I'm gonna put a replay on YouTube. So I got myself a little wig, by the way. I wanted to try it out. It's new for me. Like I still need to adjust it here. Oh yeah, never mind. Like I'm gonna do it later on. I just wanted to test it. Okay. So what do I call cheating? Because maybe we don't have the same definition of cheating, and I feel like it's good for me to, when I go live and I talk about something, I want to clarify the terms, just like what we did at school in philosophy. So what do I call cheating? So cheating is anything he's gonna do that he doesn't want you to know, first of all, and that's gonna be everything he does towards other women without you knowing it. Like he will hide it. And actually, no, some men will cheat without even trying to hide it. So yeah, so what I consider cheating will be him sliding into women's DM even though he didn't meet the girl. It can be, you can be living in New York and he's chatting with the woman in Los Angeles. I will consider that this is cheating. Cheating is as well, having sexual intercourse with another woman. It's also the foreplay. Okay, this is cheating. And I know that for some women, like their partner being on Tinder and all of that, they might think, okay, he didn't meet her, so it's not cheating. Or even their partner going to prostitute. They think, okay, that she was a professional, so that's not cheating. No, okay, all of that is cheating. I know that some women consider that him watching porn is cheating. Here, I disagree. I don't consider that a man watching porn is cheating, but I have a problem with men watching porn because it's bad for their brain and it causes them an erectile dysfunction. So I'm against men watching porn. And if you notice that your man has problems when it comes to maintaining an erection, it might be because of his addiction to porn. So yeah, this is the reason why I'm against it. But some women are against that because I wanted to add as well that the reason why I'm against porn is because it causes men to have unrealistic standards regarding women's body. Like some of them expect women to look like porn actresses when themselves they don't even look like those porn actors anyway. But yeah, they start to have unrealistic standards towards women. So yeah, those are the reasons why I'm against men watching porn. Yeah, it's bad for their brain. It's bad for their own erection. It's bad for their goals because it makes them lazy. Okay, men who are addicted to porn, their energy go to there. They have OnlyFans account and all of that. So this is something that that's a huge red flag. Okay, if your partner has, he follows women on OnlyFans, he watches porn often, that's a huge red flag. Okay, so now that I have defined cheating, and I want to talk a little bit more, like, yeah, we mentioned already how they cheat. So yeah, again, it's like with when they slide into women's DM, on Snapchat as well, because some men won't be too present on Instagram and all of that, but they're gonna be particularly present on Snapchat. And the reason for that is that with Snapchat, they know that you won't know who they are following. Maybe it changed, maybe it has changed, but I know that when I was younger and I was on Snapchat, I believe that you could not see who your partner was following. So some men use this as a tool to cheat, because they think, okay, at least here I won't get caught. So what they do is that they post things, and then they they interact with women. Some of them follow strippers on Snapchat and all of that. So yeah, they know that you won't see it anyway. And they also cheat by contacting prostitutes. And some women will say, yeah, but with the prostitute it's different because he pays her and all of that. And some men will, they will lie about seeing a prostitute. Like maybe you're gonna cut them, right, talking to a prostitute, and they're gonna tell you things like, no, I was just chatting with her, but I will never, cross that line. And basically they are lying. Okay, when a man says that, they will lie. When a man gets caught cheating, he tends to lie. Actually, he's gonna minimize what happened. He's gonna say something like, nothing happened, but I was attracted. We just kissed. You see, they say things like that. So be careful. So the reason why a man will go see a prostitute, well, you have many reasons for that. A man will cheat with a prostitute because at least with the prostitute, he's gonna be sure that the sex will happen. Contrary to, a woman who isn't a prostitute, sex is never guaranteed. And also with the prostitute, he knows that he only has to pay. It's not like with, a regular person where, the other person might fall in love, might send text and all of that. Prostitutes don't do that, so they know that they're going to have some sort of calmness. And they also cheat, with women where they know, okay, no one will know anyway. Like, for example, when they travel, they tell themselves, okay, she will never know, she will never find out. So they might cheat. They might cheat as well with women who they're like the women they used to talk to when they were, few years ago. So, for example, it can be women they studied with, for example, and who are still in town. They can cheat with the nannies. They can cheat with the nanny, their assistant, the secretary, and all of that. And you see the thing with nannies, their staff and assistants, all of that. That's something that tends to shock, because we think, wait, you cheat with the nanny, like how can you do that? But the reason for that is that they're gonna cheat with women who are already in their vicinity. They will never go, out of their way to hide, okay, their infidelity. Like, it's not about the person. You see, they cheat with whoever they find attractive. So you can be in their environment already, or it can be someone outside of their environment. Okay, they are like that, and this is something that you need to know. And yeah, so we just mentioned who they cheat, and now I want to talk about how to prevent cheating. So first of all, I know that the title of this video is "Why Do Men Cheat?" But I also want to remind you that not all men cheat, and also a man can cheat in a relationship and not cheat in another one. Some people say once a cheater, always a cheater, but I disagree, because women cheat as well, and a woman can cheat in a relationship and be faithful in another one. And the difference. The difference is how much you value the relationship. You can date a guy without liking him too much, but on the spot it was fine, and you might find someone else and cheat. I see that happening all the time. It doesn't mean that you aren't capable of being faithful with the right guy, and that's the same thing for men. Okay, yeah, some men are cunning cheaters, but most men aren't cunning cheaters. They just don't value the relationship when this happens. Okay, so I want you to understand that the best way to prevent cheating is making sure that the guy values the relationship. And I want to talk quickly about how to prevent cheating, because you have specific things to do actually in courtship, and also after courtship when you guys are actually committed. So in courtship, you need to make sure that he falls in love actually, because if he falls in love, he's gonna value the relationship, because a man can date you without being in love. He can commit to you without being in love because he has companionship now, and he also knows that it's easier for him to have consistent sex and all of that within a committed relationship than when he's single and he has to go to bars and all of that to pick up women. So there is one thing, and one thing that some women do in courtship, and this is wrong actually. And by the way, if you are liking this video, give me a thumbs up on YouTube. And what I wanted to say is that yeah, some women will do the wrong things in courtship. They're gonna feel jealous. They're gonna say things like, yeah, are you seeing other women in courtship? They're gonna ask this in courtship, but you can't be asking this in courtship because he's not your boyfriend. Okay, so he's not your boyfriend, so it means that he's allowed to see other women, and you too are allowed to talk to other men. Okay, as long as you guys aren't committed, there's no cheating. And I've heard some coach say that yeah, but we still need to have some sort of exclusivity. We if things are progressing, I want to make sure that he's not spreading his energy elsewhere. But at this stage, it doesn't matter if he talks to other women, because that's not your business. Okay, just like you can also talk to other men, that's not his business. And some women, what they do as well is that they're gonna check his phone. Like, this is again in courtship. So when he's gonna sit next to you, you're gonna see him, answer text and all of that. You're gonna try to look if he's talking to other women. And I know this because that was something I used to do. Okay. So no, this is wrong. Okay. In courtship, the best strategy is just you making sure that he's actually in love, and you magnetize him, and you have the entire blueprint in my guide, how to bag a high caliber man in 12 weeks, so you have no excuse. Okay, it's in my guide. If you are on Instagram, you can grab it in the link in my bio, and if you are on YouTube, it's in my description box. And then you have specific things to do once you guys are actually committed. Okay, so if you want to prevent cheating once you guys are committed to one another, you need to understand that you need to remain the chase. You need to make sure that you keep him chasing. Okay, you need to understand that men have that need to chase. Like, it's hard for us women to understand because we aren't wired like that, but for men it's different. They have that need to chase. Like, even though you are amazing and all of that, if they feel like they don't have to chase you anymore, they're gonna get bored, and they're gonna start to think about chasing other women. They are like that, so you need to accept it. Okay, so what some women do wrong is that again they're gonna check the phone. I've seen women actually talk about that in front of their partner, say things like, yeah, I'm still checking his phone. I still go over his DM to see if there are some women sliding and all of that. And this is wrong. I know that when you deal with anxious attachment and all of that, it's hard to not do it, but yeah, this is wrong. And I also think that when you feel like you have to do it, it's because you don't feel like you magnetized them. This, and also you lack understanding of male psychology. And I help you with that. If you're already committed, then you can join my Patreon, because in my Patreon, I teach you what to do to prevent an affair in your relationship. Okay? So the Patreon is more for women who are already committed. And what I want you to do actually is that I want you to focus on the consequences that he is gonna suffer if he cheats. Because a lot of women are, entertaining the idea of their partner cheating, but they aren't thinking much about the consequences, and about their capacity to heal. Okay, you can get cheated on, I don't know, like after 20 years of marriage. It can happen actually, but it doesn't mean that you didn't have 19 beautiful years, you see. So I want you to focus on those beautiful years, and I want you to focus as well on the consequences, and tell yourself like, okay, right now we are having a wonderful time. I know that if one day he cheats, the relationship is over, and you have firm boundaries. And this is something that I recommend, I recommend doing. Like before getting, committed together, you need to discuss infidelity. How will we handle infidelity? What do you consider being infidelity? You see, you need to discuss that, and then you need to tell him that, yeah, for you this is a deal breaker, because for some women that's not a deal breaker. Some women think, oh, it's okay, we all make mistakes. But as a high value woman, you know that cheating isn't a mistake. It's, you are not happy in the relationship, you aren't fulfilled, your needs aren't met, so this is why you cheat. And you can't forgive a cheater because you know that he's gonna cheat again. Okay, when a man cheats and he gets caught, he's gonna ask for forgiveness and all of that, but he will never stop cheating. He will hide it better. Okay, so when you forgive him once, he thinks, okay, actually I can cheat, and she will stay. So you need to have strong boundaries regarding that. And yes, we are human. We all make mistakes, and you could cheat as well. Okay, none of us is like 100% perfect, and we are all capable of cheating. But you need to have strong boundaries regarding cheating, and you also need to tell yourself that, yeah, if I cheat, I will understand that he wants to break up. You see. So yeah, I want you to have strong boundaries when it comes to cheating, and I don't want you to to talk about that all the time. Yeah, I'm so afraid of you cheating, because when you do that, or when you tell him like, yeah, I know that you are a cheater and all of that, I know you're gonna cheat, okay, go sleep with this girl, okay, go kiss her, I know that she's so into you and all of that. When you do that, you actually push him towards that girl. At the beginning he wasn't even interested, but now that you are pushing that, and you are pushing him towards that woman, he's gonna think, wait, she already thinks that I'm a cheater anyway, so I might as well just do it. You see. So, for those of you joining, don't worry, like, you're gonna have the replay on YouTube. We talked about what's cheating, so I gave the definition of cheating. I also talked about what do men like how they cheat, the techniques that they use to cheat. With who do they cheat, because it might surprise you, and I invite you to watch the replay again on YouTube. And I was discussing as well how to prevent cheating, and you have specific things to do in courtship, and you also have specific things to do after courtship, when you guys are actually committed to one another. And I talked about the wrong things that women do in courtship, thinking that this gonna help them prevent cheating. And I also discussed the things that you need to do in a relationship to prevent cheating and make sure that you build an affair-proof relationship. So if this is something that you have experienced in the past, and you want to make sure that this time around you build an affair-proof relationship, I invite you to join my Patreon, because in there I'm going to help you keep a beautiful relationship and make sure that none of you cheat and you grow in love. Okay. That was it for today. I just wanted to jump in real quick. I'm gonna try to go live. I'm gonna be in Los Angeles next week, so I don't know if I'm gonna have the strength to run, like, to do a live session, but maybe I will. I don't know. So yeah, I will see you next week. I'm gonna put the replay of this video for on next Monday, but I put the replay of yesterday's live, and like, I'm getting a lot of comments, so I'm assuming you guys enjoyed the video a lot, and I feel like I'm becoming better with my videos because it's more structured, and YouTube likes that, and you seem to like it as well. Please keep on leaving comments, because when you leave comments, like, it helps me get my message out there, and if more women can be feminine, men will level up, and you're gonna have access to better men, because they will be forced to level up. Right now you have access to low value men because they think, yeah, I don't have to level up because I still manage to get women, even by even by staying, average, even by being low value, even by being, low income and all of that, I still managed to get women. So no reason to level up. But when you show up like, okay, I want all women around me to be feminine, to have high standards and all of that, it's gonna force the men to do better, because men adjust themselves based on what women want. If more women are exigent, if more women want more, they're gonna be forced to level up. Okay, well, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.